interface solution provider, you can inherit it and then provide the solution for these three methods. So that is what you're doing here. Your desktop server is inheriting this interface and then providing the definition for these three methods over here. So this is one of the basic principles of object-oriented programming. It's the same thing with Java as well. When you inherit an interface, you have to implement the methods. Alright, so in this case here, this desktop server is inheriting this desktop interface which you define here. And because it is inheriting this, you have the obligation to provide the implementation. What do you mean by implementation? Implementation means you have to write the code block for it. For example, hello method, you inherit here, yes, hello method. But how does it work? You have to write out the code block here. Same thing with the other two. Goodbye method, you inherit this method and you are advertising that you are for the world that you are providing this, so you have to provide the implementation which is here. This is the code block for the implementation. And finally, because you inherit get-bitmap, you also have to provide the implementation for get-bitmap, and this is what you are doing here. So how does this work? Let's take a look. Now over here, you see that this method receives a name, a string. It takes a name, string, and then appends hi there in front, and then returns it. And so it returns a string. So the string that it returns is this one, hi there, followed by the name. So that is the meaning of this. This is the return type, this is the parameter type. So when the client later calls this method, your client will need to provide a name. For example, let's say Paul, my name is Paul. So when the client calls this method, he will call it by putting the name Paul here, and then he will come to the server will receive my name Paul, and then it will take my name Paul, create a new string called hi there, and then it will return it. So it returns a string, you see that? So when it returns this to the client is free to do whatever it wants with the new string that is being returned. So the same thing with the other one. Goodbye method is being implemented over here. So what happens is that when the client calls this method remotely, all the server does is return this string goodbye. That's it. So when this string goodbye is being returned to the client can then do whatever it wants with this string that is being received back. And finally, the get-bitmap. The get-bitmap doesn't receive any parameter, but it receives it returns a memory stream. So let's see what it does. So get-bitmap returns a memory stream. So what is a memory stream? A memory stream is a special kind of data that is specially crafted for sending across the network. So that's why we use memory stream for networking. So before you can use it, you have to import it first. Memory stream. One of these is a memory stream. I believe it's system.io. Okay, so memory stream comes from this library, system.io. So you declare a memory stream of this size, 10,000 bytes, so that you can return the desktop that you capture. 10,000 bytes should be big enough, I believe. So after you have created a memory stream object, in here you are going to capture your desktop. So this code is the same as the one we did before, so I'm not going to go into it and repeat myself again here. So you have a try catch block which captures the desktop and saves it to the memory stream. And then the last line here is you are going to save this bitmap save to the memory stream. So over here it captures your desktop, copying the desktop into your bitmap. Alright, so in this line here copies your desktop into bitmap, this bitmap here, and then here you copy a bitmap into the memory stream. so that you can send it across the network or internet. Then finally you return the memory stream which you have initialized here. So this memory stream is being returned to the caller, which is the client. So once the client receives this memory stream which contains the image of a desktop, it will then reconvert it back into a bitmap. That we will do in the next walkthrough, and it can then display in the picture box. So this is how this code works. So now we can build it. So click build and select build remoting server, and build has started. As you can see, no issues found, and build succeeded. Alright, so that's all for this lecture. I'll see you in the next one where we'll build our final project, the remoting client. See you then. Thank you for watching.